Well, Papa, you know, you've taught me how to make bread, how to make puff pastry dough, how to make regular dough. I want to learn how to make choux dough.
Choux dough, to make little profiterole,
Yep.
choux, Saint-Honoré, Paris-Brest.
And savory, too.
And savory also.
Yeah.
So today I'm doing you a lesson in choux making.
All right.
So I'm the shoemaker.
There you go.
Okay. So here I have a cup of milk. You can use water also. Depends, you know, sometime when it's really very humid in the summer, sometime I use water. So 1 cup of liquid, a little dash of salt, a bigger dash of sugar, and I want that the butter to be mixed. And the first part of the choux making here, that mixture is called the panade. And we use panade to do all kind of things. You see the way it's melted now?
Yeah.
Now here is my flour.
Uh-oh.
You don't try to put a teaspoon at the time. You go inside 1 block, otherwise it doesn't work. And you see what I use there?
You're using a wooden spoon.
A very heavy spoon, you know, which go. And you see the thing look like a mess?
Yeah, it does.
Well, it's going to come back into another mess now. Going to come back into a smooth,
Wow.
yeah, smooth mixture we just hold together. See, go like this. See, it's like modeling clay.
Yeah.
So now I'm cooking it a little bit on top of the stove. I want to dry it slightly.
Why?
Because it will give some body to that panade. And you see it when you see the bottom of the pan, which is happening now, is getting white and cakey. Mm-hmm. You see that here? Because if I do that, you see I have a crust here?
Yeah.
So that's dry out a little bit so I can stop.
Okay.
At that point, this should cool off a little bit. Put the cover on it and turn it for like a few seconds, like this. Okay, that gives me some air. Okay, so we go in there because we do that in the food processor. It's the best way of doing it. Midway like this, put that directly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. That's it. So let's put that directly in there. So you know you do quite a lot with this. You know, with this here, I would do like 30 profiterole. It's really very inexpensive, you know, in a restaurant or I mean at home or anywhere to do this. Yeah. Okay. And you see the way I fold this like an accordion so it doesn't come out. We're going to do the choux. So the choux, you be about that size. You stop and you press up.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, well, choux about that size, you know. Now we're going to do swan with this. You want to press it, stop pressing and pull out. See, I want a tail here. Well, maybe a bit too long, you do this, you know. That's it. So you do a bit of a swan, you know. Wait a minute, you saw what I want to do first? The neck for the swan.
Okay.
So give me a little bit of that dough in there.
Ah, I understand this thing.
That's it, that's enough.
I stopped pushing.
We press this. I show you how to do this, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do it?
Pretty well. Mine kind of fell apart, but then I recovered it, so that was good.
I can show you again if you have to. So let's say I press this like this, maybe a bit bigger. You can use that to do a lot of things with it. So for the neck here, what you want to do a head like this, and
Like a pretty
neck.
S.
For the beak here, you want to put that back in there, just touch it with this and pull. Make a mess here. Try to do better on the next one. So you do a round thing, you do that, and you pull out like this.
Oh.
Then you do one thing, do the neck. You see what I do at the end also, Claudine? When I'm doing this, pressing, and I'm doing this, at the end I don't stop here. I press down to stop it. Otherwise, if I lift, it kind of lifts up with me.
Oh, okay. You squish it down.
Right. Okay. This, you know, you can use water like this if you want a little bit to flatten the tail, you know, to make it rounder and nicer. But actually, you do also do it with this. So we brush this. This is a beaten egg, you know.
Just
if you really want it to be very glazed and that's Tonton Claude, you know, tell you that. You put a little bit of the glaze like that on top, and after that you let it dry for 15-20 minutes outside. When it starts drying, you give it another coat.
And that's what makes it very ultra shiny?
That shine even more. This will take 30 minutes or so to cook. The neck will cook probably in 12-15 minutes, so be sure
So you
to
take them
remove
out?
it before. You don't remove your tray out. This will be dry. You just grab it out, leave your tray in the oven. We're doing a pastry cream, your classic creme patissiere. A cup and a half of milk. I have 4 egg yolks. Here, start mixing this. Oh, you have yours, okay. Now I give you sugar. That's it. A little dash of vanilla. And then my flour. Okay, you're about right now.
Yep.
Good. So now my milk is boiling.
Work out.
That's hard work. You see that? I told you, you don't have to do special stuff. You just have to work in the kitchen with me, beat egg white, do that type of thing. Okay, we dilute it, and as you can see here, it needs recooking. First, the starch is raw. So that comes back to a boil.
So the whole thing goes back in.
Yeah. When that comes to a boil, be sure, you see with the palm of my hand, you see the way I drive it here?
You taught me to do that with a bechamel.
That's where it's going to stick, so go ahead.
Okay.
Show me that. You see the way it thickens, and it's beautiful and smooth?
It's beautiful and smooth.
Good. We want to cool that off now because this is a standard pastry cream. We're making a very rich pastry cream. So we're going to add some butter in it. But I don't want to add butter right away because it's still too hot. Meanwhile, I'll show you those choux that we did. You see the way it's empty here? You have the little cap, and that's nice. Now, the classic profiterole often is served with ice cream, but also with a pastry cream. We serve that with a chocolate sauce.
Oh, it's kind of thick.
Yes, that's the way I like chocolate sauce. So this is done with milk and chocolate, about a cup and a half of milk, 8 ounces of chocolate. You melt it. When it's boiling hot, we put a couple of egg yolks in it, which thicken it. And now, let's see, that's cooling off. Okay. I'm going to put my butter in there. About half a stick of butter or so. Which again, if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. This is a richer pastry cream.
Do it. Good.
So there, what you want to do, you want to stuff it with 2 spoons. It's a bit easier. This way. Isn't that good? And then the cap on top. Right? It helps with 2 spoons. Don't put too much at the time. That's it. Here. And put your hat right away.
Now, you want sauce in the bottom of the plate?
Yeah. That's fine. So then you move your plate like this.
Oh, it makes a better circle.
I'm going to need, you know what? Maybe a little bit of powdered sugar would be very nice on top. What do you think? You have it?
Yeah. That looks so beautiful.
And this is your real profiterole sauce au chocolat. Okay, we have to do the swan now.
Okay.
So what I have to do, I may show you how to do a caramel cage. I'm going to put sugar in there, just enough water to moisten the sugar. You don't want to shake your pan the moment after it's cooking. You know, all you do at the beginning, you mix your sugar, water. Be sure that it's diluted.
You just leave it alone.
You leave it alone.
Okay.
It's better. In the swan there, the way you want to cut it, you cut it this way. Because that part here, we're going to cut in half. And we're going to put that as the
Oh, the wings.
wing, you know. More in the bias.
Well,
more.
that's why.
No, that's too much. That's not enough. More this way. That's little wing. So here, again, you have to cut your wing here. Get them ready on each of the swan.
Okay.
Now, what you can do after, what we're going to do is to flavor it with a little bit of blackberry preserve here.
Now you put it inside.
That's it. Okay. So you finish doing this. The caramel is boiling nicely now, but it will take probably another 4 or 5 minutes until it really gets to a caramel color. So we'll just have to wait. Okay, you see, Claudine? You see the color of it?
Yeah.
The outside is starting. Caramel is a color, you know, you indicate by caramel color. It's about 320 degrees when you get to the caramel stage. You want to get me the bowl?
The bowl has already been oiled.
Okay, you oil it. So this one we're going to do on the inside. You wanted a nice brown color. And at that point, I told you not to shake your caramel, but at that one I could, doesn't make any difference. Until 310 degrees, it may mass. When it gets to that temperature, then it doesn't, nothing happened to it anymore. So this has to cool off a little bit. I have some water here. I want to cool it off a little bit because otherwise I have to wait too long and I want it to get thicker. And sometimes if you don't cool it off, if the pate is really good, it continues cooking and get darker and darker and darker, which sometimes you don't want to, you know. So there, by cooling it off, see the bottom of it is already forming a thread like that, which is what I want. So you want it to be thread like this, and I go inside in all kind of direction here, you see. Don't do that too much when it's really humid, you know.
It's
Makes it harder.
Yeah.
It shrink in there, you know.
What do you mean? Because it's on the inside?
The caramel tend to shrink when it cool off, and that's why it should come out of the bowl.
Oh.
Okay, so the raspberry sauce here is very easy. We take fresh raspberry or frozen raspberry. At that point, doesn't make any difference because we put it in a food mill without sugar in it. And then you put some raspberry preserve in it. I put some raspberry preserve in it. I don't put any sugar. So here we are. We put that in. So this is the Red Sea, and the swan are going to go into the Red Sea. So first, you fill the body of the swan with some frozen ice cream balls. Okay. That's it. And then I want to put the whipped cream. I want to put the cream like this. What I want you to do is to put the two wings this way. I want you to take a neck, put a neck inside like this. Okay, Claudine, you do this. Put your neck more
Swan-like.
Swan-like. This one would look like a duck. And the two last one. This here. This here. I'm giving them a bit of dusting, the snow in Central Park.
I'm protecting the other desserts. Okay.
And you don't have, of course, to do the caramel cage. Huh? Let them face one another. And let me see if that thing will come out. That should be cold. It's not quite cold yet, but maybe cold enough to come out this way, Claudine, to cover cage. Do you want to put a couple of little flowers in it or something?
I don't know if I even want to touch it. It's so beautiful, just like that.
Maybe one.
Yeah. You know what?
That's
it.
Isn't that perfect? And this is our swimming swan in raspberry sauce with the caramel cage. We are whisking away here.
This stuff is thick.
It's thick, yes. This is all the pate choux, or the cream puff dough that we just made, with a slight difference. Cup of liquid, cup of flour, 3 eggs instead of 4 eggs. That's the base thing. And we want to show you how to make different type of dishes with that. We do it with less eggs because this we're going to fry. The other one we're going to poach, and we don't want to expand too much.
Oh,
So I have a cup of that pate choux. This is a cup of
mashed potatoes?
mashed potato. It's
What
not really. It's
like-
not really mashed potato, Claudine. It's just
A mashed
mashed potato. A potato which is mashed, but without.
Oh, so it's just boiled potato that's mashed, but there's no milk or
There's
salt
no
or
milk. There is
whatever.
nothing in there. Yeah. You can take like a baked potato, you know, and empty the inside and do that type of thing. So this is Pommes Dauphine.
Pommes Dauphine.
So you take it like this, about that size, and I go close enough to the thing, you know, so that I don't burn myself. If I go from that, it's going to splatter. So here, we are going to
that-
be full there.
Is that enough?
By the time they expand, yeah, that's plenty.
Okay, then I won't do my last one.
So there, you know, that's going to take 7-8 minutes to cook.
Okay, and in the meantime, what else can we make?
Second one, now we're getting to something sweet. So we're putting vanilla in there, and this, you know what that is?
Orange water.
Yeah, you really want to do just a tiny thing because this is really strong. Yeah, and it's classic in that dish. Now, if you don't like it, you don't put it in. It doesn't matter. Here we are, mixing it. Okay, this is our second one. And it's the same idea. You know, we're
What
going
is
to
this
put
one
it
called?
in the fritter. This is cream puff fritter. You know what we call pet non in French.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and we do them, all right, here. Okay, thank you. So we cook this. Now, the third one is a famous dish from Burgundy in France, which we call a Gougeres, and that's served as an aperitif, you know.
Gougeres.
A Gougeres, so we have grated Swiss cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna like this already.
Yes, a lot of it. Some Parmesan cheese. Paprika. And a dash of cayenne here.
Dash. Not a lot.
That's it. So we mix this, and for that, you know, you get a.
This you need a tray for?
You need a tray because that goes into the oven. It's a different type of thing. But this is very classic to go into. Well, we do it at home, but in small place in Burgundy and have that, they give you that for aperitif.
Would you have a pastis with this?
Well, we could. So you want to do that a bit bigger, just like this. All of those you can, of course, do it with your pastry bag, you know. But it's fine if it has funny shape like this.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, because it has a lot of cheese, it's gonna melt, you know, to a certain extent. Okay,
Wait, one more.
one
You're
more.
boiling.
Yeah, I want to show you this. Take a look at it. As they start going to the top, they start up, turning around, you know. And you want
Do they turn on their own?
Well, they do. Sometimes they need a little help, like this.
I will take this into the oven.
Good. And the last one that we have here, again, Parmesan cheese, a bit of grated nutmeg, and we're going to do a gnocchi. This, of
Ooh,
course,
gnocchi.
is the gnocchi Parisian, you know, the
Ooh, you know
Parisian
what?
gnocchi.
I know that the other one needs some salt on it, so let me just go
Oh,
sprinkle the top
yeah.
with.
This is-
fleur de sel.
Yeah, flour of salt, which is a coarse salt. You put a few drops. If you don't do it, it's fine, Claudine. But it gives a bit of crunchiness when
I'll
you
do it.
Okay. So this we're going to do in a pastry bag. And as we say, all of those you can do in a pastry bag. And when you're ready to go, I want to put it in that direction. And I want a little knife like this. I put that right on the side of it. I wet the knife and I apply pressure and I cut.
Whoa!
See, I have a machine here. Get closer. They are exactly the same size, right?
Absolutely.
Look at those, how beautiful they are.
They really are.
Today I'm going to cook them a bit longer than I would normally and just mix them with Parmesan cheese and basil. Okay. Now those are nice. I'm going to remove those. Okay, it is good. to drain them on that type of things because they dry underneath.
Oh, so the air circulates all around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can take these out now?
Yes. Now look, those are boiling now.
Now they're all puffy.
They get very puffy. Those are probably one of the lighter.
Whoa.
Okay, I have my butter underneath here. Just warm like this. Okay, Claudine, you give me a little bit of Parmesan cheese
Okay,
on
hang on,
top
let me
of
get
that.
it.
Good, that's good.
Salt and pepper.
A dash of salt and pepper, maybe a bit of basil in there. During that time, I'm going to start arranging that on there. Powdered sugar, you know. You want a lot of powdered sugar on top of this. This is the other one. Boy, those are very light too. And this, my mother would serve with, from meat to poultry, anything like that, would be served with the Pommes Dauphine here. And here, we are our gnocchi Parisienne. And our Gougeres, Claudine. You know, you let them cool off a little bit, they're lukewarm. Okay, and here we are, the Gougeres, the Parisian gnocchi, the Pommes Dauphine, and the cream puff fritter. We have an incredible buffet for you of cream puff dough. First, with the savory dish, the gnocchi Parisienne with the shredded basil and all that, the Gougeres,
The Gougeres.
you know, specialty of Burgundy cooked in the oven, the potato fritter, the Pommes Dauphine, and tell us what that.
And then we have the beautiful caramel cage with the swans floating on.
Swimming in the Red Sea.
Well, maybe I wouldn't say that, but on the raspberry
Yes.
coulis. And then the profiteroles in chocolate, which is very, very cool.
The pednon.
Bednun.
That's what it is.
Yep.
So this was great.
This was fun.
It was great making choux paste with you, Titine, and I hope you're going to do it and do all of that with your family. Happy cooking.
Happy cooking.